All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music Studio, straight out of Ronkonkoma, Long Island. Or maybe the world's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Because Jim Beam said so? Maybe?
Maybe because...
how about definitively?
So, want to welcome everybody for joining us. Jimmy and I were talking about next week's guest, which isn't necessarily official yet, but it's kind of official.
Oh, all right.
We're going to have Mr. X, who has a spirit box.
Wow.
And he speaks to...
The other side?
The other side.
Wow.
And, I was laughing about it, and then Jimmy started telling me stuff he was listening to, and he was freaking me out, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. Forget it. Now I'm not going to do it.
You are kind of playing with some...
Because I thought it would be kind of funny, and then also I'm like, this isn't too funny.
I'm not so sure that it's going to be funny, but it could be.
Share with people out there, like, one of the things you heard, like...
there was a...
Tell the John Lennon thing.
Yeah, well, there was a fella who, a couple of years ago, had started a YouTube channel. I can't remember his name, though, but he had a spirit box, and he spoke to Jesus, which was, oh my Lord, was that it? Oh my Lord, which was quite fascinating. But he spoke to Lennon, and he asked him about, how did it? Can you describe what it felt like to be shot? And, of course, with a spirit box, if you're not familiar with it...
Is it like stat? Yeah, like, what is it
If you're not familiar with it, there's a lot of static, but you can pick up words clearly if there's a strong connection.
So it's like a TV, like a UHF type of thing?
Something like that, yes.
This is really creepy,
It's
dude.
very creepy, but when he asked him about, I'm not sure I do either. When he asked John how it, felt at the moment he was shot, there was the static, and then... clear words came out. My back, which is where he was shot, warm, which is probably the blood that was, oh my God. Anyway, this is, so you let me know if we're not necessarily going to do this next week.
I'm a little creeped out. I want to remind everybody last week we had the great Todd Gordon on.
Yes.
Todd with his new book, Todd is God, which is the authorized story on how I created Extreme Championship Wrestling, written by both Todd Gordon and Sean Oliver.
Fantastic. Have you taken that to the beach yet, or is
I
that
have
on the
not.
docket?
I will. I was doing some other stuff this weekend, so I think I told you I went to Southampton, where we were eating in a restaurant, me and my wife, and we saw Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer. Okay.
You remember Kelsey Grammer?
You want to refresh me? It's been a long life.
Frasier.
Okay. I gotcha. I wasn't a big fan of Frasier, but obviously Frasier was a big-time show.
And then he was also on, what do you call it, the bar show with Ted Danson. That's
Cheers.
Cheers, right.
That's that was the spinoff. Gotcha.
But anyway, I said to my wife, let's go get a picture with him. And she's like, I don't want to bother him. And I'm like, dude.
What is the next time you're going to run into him?
That's what I'm saying. He's a star.
Right.
She felt bad.
He's got to be used to it by now.
Well, everybody else was taking pictures with him. I'm like, dude.
Don't wait for the spirit box.
Yeah, thank you. Good comment.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we were all the way in Southampton. It was an art show over there, so we were looking at art. And all this art was like $5,000. Wow. And it was pretty cool.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? Let's go see Styx at the Jones Beach, right?
Very nice.
Figuring it won't be sold out.
Dennis DeYoung, okay. But you had Tommy Shore.
Tommy Shore was there.
Okay. Very
and,
good.
Again, when I sat down, tickets $30.
Fantastic.
Half empty.
Okay.
Didn't have a lot of people around me. You know how I am about
Sounds
that.
Nice.
Right? It was nice.
Sounds intimate.
But I'm like, this is going to be awful because, I've seen Foreigner at 60, 70 years old. And I've
really?
Seen, terrible. Right? I've seen the
Wow.
Stones.
Okay.
You know.
Understand.
And look, just like
not everybody
else,
could be Iron Maiden.
That's right. Age is
right.
age.
That's right.
But I got to tell you.
Right.
Friggin' Tommy Shore. What a voice, man.
I was so happy to hear this. So happy to hear that. Tommy Shore was great. Still is.
Tonight we have a special show, Ask Monte The Pharaoh Anything, where we've got a list of fans that go on.
All right.
And then...
I'm not ready for my personal Spirit Box edition, but maybe eventually after I'm gone, you can have the Spirit Box, and I
don't really want to
freak you out through static.
I really don't want to talk to your Spirit Box, dude.
Pharaoh, where are you?
Keep talking, Pharaoh. I got to answer
Pharaoh,
one of the
where
guests.
are you in the afterlife? Pyramids. Pyramids. What on earth? Who are you talking to right now? Is this one of our future? Oh, it's one of our future guests for the evening, huh?
Yes.
Hey, Abe, should I be nervous? Ask the Pharaoh anything? Ask Monty anything? I mean, that's kind of wide open to anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should just be chill. You know, it's
Just be chill.
It's casual. You know,
And that's what I want. I want to remind anybody.
All right.
Ask
All right, Abe.
us
I'll give it a
anything.
shot.
We
All right.
will answer anything. That's the whole idea. It was last time we did this it had to be over almost 2 years ago.
Can we ask
right?
Abe anything while we're at it?
It's Ask Monte The Pharaoh
Oh.
everything, not ask the producer anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I should read the details.
Exactly.
You're right.
When was the last time we did this?
Pay attention. What was that?
When was the last time we did
I don't
this?
know. Was it a year or two ago?
It has to be a while
And they were
ago.
all wonderful except for that one ass wipe.
All right, in the news, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Most recently, in 2023, flight pilots have been found high while flying planes.
Why are you picking this subject
Plane
right
crashes
now?
in the U.S. increased by
That's-
32%.
And he shows an exploding
Right.
plane! I'm supposed to be on a plane in a couple of hours! What are you doing?
Hold
you
on,
are
I'm
such
reading.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
The data released by the National Transportation Safety Board, Civil Aviation
Spirit box, here I
fatalities.
come. This is terrible. You're a
Planes
jerk.
have
Jerk.
plane fatalities have rose from 347 in 2022
great.
to 458 in 2023.
Oh, I feel so much better now.
The increase means that on an average, there's at least one aviation death per day.
You're a jerk. And my favorite team is the Jets. I'm screwed. This is awful. And I just had a terrible dream, too. Why would you? And you're laughing. You're not going to laugh. You're not going to laugh if anything happens to your precious Pharaoh. Don't you
you'll
make...
be fine, dude.
I better be fine. If not, you're going to be having me on Spirit Box next week. And it'd be like... I can see you, too, like, playing it off all serious, because after all, it's serious if the Pharaoh, evaporates.
Right.
So basically, you'd be like, Pharaoh, can you tell us what your last words were? And here it comes. Fucking hey!
No,
You're
no,
a jerk.
no.
This is awful.
No.
Stop laughing, Abe. It's not funny.
Hold on. You see, that was a
what?
simple line that they went. This would be the reality of it. Pharaoh, what were your last words? This music sucks in the
That
speaker.
music
I can't
sucked.
take it.
I hate when they put bad music on an airplane, and he's like mad at me for pointing out that the music on that airplane sucked and it was super loud. If you're gonna blast me out, give me Zeppelin. Why are you playing that shit for?
Nothing like sitting on a plane having to listen to Zeppelin. That's
not?
what I want to hear on a plane.
You don't want to hear a whole lot of love while you potentially could crash?
No, I want soothing.
Soothing. They weren't giving us that.
music.
They were giving us.
They were not.
They were giving us
Stop it.
garbage.
Oh, my
garbage. I mean,
God.
what are they going to give us? Sounds of silence? That,
Anyway,
that would
think
creep
about
me
it.
out.
There's only one fatality a day. What are the odds of all the people that fly that you would be the one? What are the chances? Very, very
Knowing
slim.
me?
Very slim.
Pretty good.
Think about it, dude. It's very slim. So you got nothing to worry about.
You're right. Why am I worried?
there's actually approximately 100,000 people who fly per day. I think.
That's what I mean.
100,000 flights per day.
Oh,
So times
so
that
you're really
times
like looking at
100.
millions of people.
So you
that
talk
fly every
millions of
day.
people, you would have to
I'm
be the one.
I'm the one. This is awful.
Father of a 12-year-old detained while
believe it.
taking out the trash says he's not accepting a police apology. A father of a 12-year-old black boy who was briefly detained by police while taking out the trash at his home in Lansing, Michigan.
What?
Home of Magic Johnson, by the way.
Okay. I
Said
love Magic
Monday he
Johnson.
cannot bring himself to accept the apology from the city's police department. I will never accept an apology.
Why
My
should
son
he?
did not deserve to be treated
Yeah, why
that
should
way.
he?
They treated him.
What?
No way, no shape, no form, Michael
Yeah.
Bernard told CNN.
Good for him.
Justice for my son. That's all I want. Nothing else.
Why are they bothering the guy taking out the trash? What was the issue? I mean, I'm not getting enough background here. I mean, was he wanted for something? Or they just harassed him because he's a poor black guy taking out the trash? That's a load
Well,
of
I'm
shit.
going to answer your question. Bernard, who had been washing his dishes in the kitchen, became concerned that his son, Toshan Bernard,
Okay.
didn't come back from taking out the trash. He went outside to check on his son, only to find him in handcuffs.
What?
Toshan later told his father that he was walking back to his apartment after placing the trash in a dumpster. The police vehicle approached him, and Toshan said the officer... Toshan said an officer got out of the vehicle and unholstered his gun.
Why?
The boy then was put in handcuffs, his father said there, before being placed in the car.
And this poor kid had no previous wasn't wanted for anything? Or what is this profiling crap? That's crap. That sounds like crap to me. I don't care if he was purple. That's crap. Let the fucking kid take the garbage out. What are you bothering him for?
We got a lot of problems in this.
Yeah,
now,
we
dude.
do. You know
It's
what?
Getting worse and worse.
If
and
that's
worse.
what really truly happened, and the kid had no previous background, and they weren't looking for him specifically, you unholstering because he's taking out the. Hey, put that banana peel down.
So real quick before we
my
get
God,
into who's visiting us, Jimmy, you are going on a trip to Florida. You want to fill the fans, our family. I don't want to say fans. That's a terrible word to use. Tell the people what you got going on, brother.
It is my honor and privilege that I will be going to visit Karen McDaniel out in Panama City Beach, Panama.
Beautiful.
I'm very excited.
The Karen McDaniel who was on the
Karen
show a few weeks
McDaniel,
ago.
yes.
Former wife or ex. What was that? I don't want to say ex-wife. Widowed
Widowed
of Wahoo McDaniel.
Yep.
You and Karen seem to have built
Karen's fantastic
a brief
person,
but very strong relationship.
Consider myself very fortunate.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It has to be important for you to get on a plane.
I'm
dude.
scared shitless about these flying things, especially after my good old buddy just showed an exploding plane.
So we all want to wish Jimmy good luck out there while
Thank you.
he's going to Florida. I hope
Thank
you have
you.
a good time. Take this time to enjoy the beautiful weather.
Yes.
Right?
I was born in Florida.
Our friend, yeah.
Did you know that?
Our friend Mike Mantor used to say,
Oh.
I come at a house and, no
Life is
one's
good.
better than me, right? Life is good.
It's beautiful out there.
Coming in the studio when you get back, September 15th, the great Manny Fernandez returns to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling
Looking
broadcast.
forward. Absolutely.
September 17th, 2 days later, Barry's back. The great Barry Windham returns, and we will have Barry in studio where Barry will hopefully play with Wisteria Hall, rap his crap, right?
That would be just amazing. I don't know if I could see Barry breaking out in tune though.
I think you can.
I would love it if he did.
I think he can.
I would love it if he did.
September 29th, PN News comes from Europe.
That's quite the trip.
We have a dedication to his best friend, Mike Mantor.
Which I still.
And again, we call him Mike
shot
Mantor.
over
We know
this.
it's Mike Halick, but I like to call him Mike Mantor.
Yeah, he's Mantor. He was the man.
September 29th, same date, 7:45. We got Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
I'm glad he's coming on. He's been wanting to come on for a long time
And
now.
still in the wings
That's
for
awesome.
that same day. We probably will have Doink the Clown in studio for
cool.
return.
I like Ray.
And then a new appearance of T.L. Hopper.
Tell me something more about T.L. Hopper, please. What can you tell me?
I do know that T.L. Hopper, back in the day when we used to read the wrestling mags, was Dirty White Boy. I always thought
there we
Dirty
go.
White Boy was
Okay.
a very cool wrestling name.
Yeah, it's
right?
quite the eye catcher in the mag. That's for sure.
November 11th, Paul London comes in
Very
studio.
good. Very good.
And more than likely, Ken Shamrock will also be in studio.
Look at Abe. Every time you say that name, he pumps his fist.
As it's
He's
not,
like,
not
yeah.
official, I'd like to thank the band that sings the theme song for Monte the Pharaoh and Jimmy Farrell, along with his partner Bart Griggs. Make up the band Wisteria Hall. Wisteria Hall sings such great songs as In My Dreams, This Life, Not Far Behind, Here Comes the Rain. You can find their music on the Wisteria Hall YouTube page, Spotify, iTunes, and, well, not iTunes, but Apple Music, and Reverb
Real
Nation.
real
Go
fast,
ahead.
if I may, can I thank you for encouraging me and Karen to speak together in the first place? I appreciate that very
Well,
much. Also, let me get this in fast,
ahead.
and I want to thank Bart for he's going to be getting up in the middle of the night to take me to where I got to go, so I can get to where I need to go.
We're all family. So if anyone knows Karen McDaniel, I was not a big NWA guy. Karen McDaniel, I did see on a few other podcasts years ago.
That guy who has no teeth, right?
Well, whatever. But, that
guy was awful.
My thought process was, hey,
Karen was great. He was terrible.
I wasn't a fan. I found her very intelligent when I did listen, but
Yes, she
not
is.
knock on Wahoo. I just wasn't a fan, and I
Okay.
just thought when other people have certain people on,
Right.
we try not to copy and compare.
No, you want to keep.
But
I understand.
The more and more I started getting into Wahoo's legacy,
It's
and
quite
I
the
was like,
legacy.
this guy was pretty impressive.
She sure
I
was.
reached out to Miss McDaniel, and to my surprise, she was a pretty amazing human being.
She is.
And
she is certainly
we
that.
continued to make contact with each other after the show. She's quite the lady, and
Yes.
somewhere along the line, she met Mr. Jimmy Farrow on a personal basis, and
Yeah.
let's see where this one goes.
It's my honor.
You are watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling
Numero
broadcast.
uno.
Monte and the Pharaoh. You catch us on the Monte and the Pharaoh YouTube page and Monte and the Pharaoh Facebook Live page. Hear us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor. Catch us on the Monte and the Pharaoh Twitch TV page. If you're lucky enough to live in New York, the contracts are in. I have signed them.
We are still.
Not yet. Channel 115, as of right now, every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. and Saturday at 11:30 a.m. and Channel 20 on Tuesday at 7 p.m., where over 150,000 people watch us weekly. We are their number one show. Part of the problem Monte the Pharaoh have with New York cable, if I may be fair.
Okay.
There have been other shows on these two channels that have been around for a very long time.
Decades.
One being Big Bus Fetty. I'm going to make a little roll call when we come out of commercial.
What's up?
There's a lot of shows that have been on a lot longer in New York. We're new to New York cable, about 3 years, I would say.
That's fair.
Being that we're watched by so many people, and thank God for the family we have out there and the
You ain't
family we
kidding.
have in New York and
You ain't
Intuitive,
kidding.
and we'll talk about that in a second. We are honored, but my point of discretion was I did not want to be on Saturdays. I want to be on Friday nights.
I agree.
At 11 o'clock on Channel 20.
Do I agree?
And I'm okay with the slots that we have on Tuesday and Wednesday. They work fine
Fair
for us.
enough. Fair enough.
So my bone of contention was that Friday show. So
Right.
let's see how that goes.
Sure.
And if you love us so much, get that free app out there, the Intuitive Network. It's a free. You just download the app. On there are documentaries, videos, music videos. They have now regular weekly television shows, man. And this stuff is good.
It's taking off.
This is the start of another Netflix, and who's anchoring it? It is the world's number one pro wrestling broadcast, Monte and the Pharaoh. And how do you spell that show, Jimmy?
Wow, grammar, spelling. IN2ITIV. Intuitive. Get into it.
Beautiful. We'll be right back with part 2 of Ask Monte and the Pharaoh with our first guest. I'm not going to announce it.
Yeah, I don't even get to
right?
know the guest. This is unbelievable.
It's a surprise to the Pharaoh, but we're looking forward.
God.
We will see you quickly.
Shortly, we shall return.
Sir?
Ah.
Manscaped?
Uh-huh.
Have you tried the new equipment that's been sent?
I'm afraid because it says weed whacker. I'm scared.
Maven, Manscaped, what are you thinking about
Love it.
Manscaped, dude?
Love it.
What do you use it for?
Necessity. What don't I use it for? Put it this way. The only hair I have on my entire body is these eyebrows.
Yeah.
That you see. These caterpillars racing to the middle of my nose. That's it.
That is it.
That's all I have. And that's all I want.
That's the
So Manscaped is a
You-
must.
We were talking before the show. There's nothing worse than just hair.
Yeah.
Right? Hair on a woman, hair on a man. It's just bad.
Absolutely. And it's the one thing that the older I get, it starts growing more in unwanted areas.
Absolutely.
I hate it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Just going to go out there.
Oh, boy.
Go for it.
You're doing a deed.
Yes.
Again, I don't want you to have to admit this because we, as men, we try not to admit this. But if you're going to
Oh,
go
I
do
know
the deed
where-
on a
I
woman,
know where
would you
he's
rather
going.
have her be hairless or a little hair, racing stripe, or
Racing stripe.
full retro bush?
Racing stripe.
Retro Bush is out.
Yes, thank you.
Retro Bush is out.
Yeah.
I don't mind a small, well manicured landing strip. Every now and then, if it's completely, and I'm talking like baby's ass bald, then I start. Where is that pedophilia line? I don't want to
Wow.
wander into that.
That's
thought
very
of it like
interesting.
that.
I never thought about that. You're a
Wow.
smart dude. Holy shit.
So if the landing strip is clean enough for the plane to go in smoothly, you're cool with that?
If the landing strip has, like I said, well manicured,
Yeah,
you can see both sides. It's not
Like blinking lights on both sides of that
I
landing?
just don't. I don't want. I don't want the shrubbery going off into unwanted areas on that as well.
Gotcha. Oh,
Yeah,
look
but-
what you found. Ooh.
I got to be all honest though. Hey, the older I get though, I don't think I can be as
I found
have you ever gone down there and she slowly brings down the underwear? Then
What is
retro? Just,
Absolutely.
You're like, whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
like
46.
it pops
of course.
out?
Do you walk out or what do you do?
No, I muster through. I muster up the courage to get
He's a
through.
trooper. He's a trooper. Gotta give him an A.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Yeah,
There you
no,
go.
I hear you.
you
listen,
go.
I couldn't
Super
say.
Bush.
I couldn't say. Well, if you have the same beliefs as Maven does, Manscaped could help you.
Absolutely.
The Weed Whacker.
Absolutely.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I may have to, like, go in a room, close the door, and hang out with the Weed Whacker for a little while.
Yeah, I think you're a retro guy, aren't you?
I like 70s adult films, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
But
holy
with that,
Ron
we're going to take a
Jeremy,
quick
Batman.
commercial break and we'll be
Anyway.
back with this wrestling icon, Maven.
We will see you in a drop kick second.
Drop kick. You need a body shop? You need engine repair? Auto Excellence. Collision Specialists. 631-261-6420. That's 631-261-6420. Auto Excellence. All right, welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, Monte The Pharaoh, only seen here out of Indie Music TV. Our first guest, it's Mr. Boston.
Is that Phil?
Phil, how are you, buddy?
Hey! Phil DeCesare. Very nice.
I look like the Pharaoh here. Hey, guys.
You do? Is your hair getting long? Is your hair getting long? Or am I seeing things? Oh, wow. There we go.
It is long. I'm trying
Very
to become
nice.
you, Jimmy.
Holy
Very
cow,
nice. You
Phil.
did look like me a
Yeah.
little bit when you threw those shades and a cap on. I can see that.
I'm going to be you for Halloween, man.
Now that's a compliment.
that's right.
Thank you,
You ain't
Phil.
kidding.
Wow.
So, Phil,
I'm happy
you look...
to hear, Jimmy. I'm happy to hear about a potential love connection, or at least a good friend connection that you got going. So
Oh, thank you, Phil.
awesome, man.
Wait a minute, hold on, Phil. He's kind of asking you a question right now, brother.
No, he's not. He was
said-
making a statement.
Is it a
Don't
love
you?
connection
You're the
or
one
a
that's
friend connection?
prying.
Yeah, you can pull
Oy.
a Chuck Lorre and say we'll be back in 2 and 2 if you want.
Very interesting. Do I have to answer?
Yes, this is Ask Monty the Pharaoh anything.
Phil, to be very clear, the Pharaoh is smitten.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Big
Wow.
time. Big time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my Lord.
Good.
Yeah,
And you don't like flying, right?
I'm scared to death.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with it.
You got to
either.
risk it to get the biscuit.
Yeah. Are you like B.A. Baracus? They have to inject you with something and then you pass out.
Nothing ever works on me. They try to put me
No?
out for surgeries. I wake up, socks are missing. Not a good idea. Yeah. True story.
Oh man, I'm thrilled to be here, guys. First
Thrilled
of
to
all,
have
you
you.
know,
Thrilled to have you.
this is so cool. I want to give a shout out. You know, what does Tony Soprano call it? This little thing of ours. This is just it's a wonderful thing on Thursday nights. It really
Thank
is,
you.
and I love seeing the names and talking to everybody every week, and very like-minded people. You know, some of the best people are just drawn to you guys, and you know, and I'm so happy you guys picked up the ball after, of course, Boston casting. You know, I mean, Boston wrestling. You know, sadly ended. So. You know, what a great oasis in this desert of life sometimes, and yeah, just totally thrilled, man, totally thrilled.
You look
And a
good,
shout
Phil.
out to JA, to Maria, to
Sure.
RJ, to Jason, to Luce, to Big, to just so many, to cousin Matthew, and I mean, I just can go on and on. Little Patty, we've got just Jason, just got a great crew of people here. So
For sure.
this is awesome.
Now, I just want to clarify. Are you wearing Sleepy Guy? Is that Sleepy
Proudly, man. Proudly. I couldn't think of any other shirt to wear.
Guy?
This puts me, you know what? When I'm a little amped up and I can't get to sleep, I just put the shirt on
It's unbelievable.
and then it's
You know,
magic.
I turned to Mike after Mike showed me the shirt, and I said, "Let me get this straight. All these years we've been working to get over with the fans and the family that we're so fortunate to have now that watches us every week, and this guy takes a nap on the couch, and he's over like Goldberg. What is going on here? He didn't even
Yeah,
have to
he doesn't have to say
try.
one word.
Sleepy Guy. It was a moment of genius by Mr. Mike to throw this guy on a shirt.
Absolutely.
You think we should have
Hey, I
him
went to
in?
a
Ask him
concert.
questions? Like, what do you think?
You should have him on. Absolutely. Let's get to know this cat, you know? He's a man of mystery.
Well, he doesn't say much. He's sleeping.
No, he doesn't. I've never even heard his voice. I'd be curious to hear, you know?
He was
Phil,
cool.
What do you think about next week having a spirit box on?
Love it, okay? It's
Yeah.
spooky as can be. I've seen
is.
some videos before of some very famous people coming through.
Yeah.
It's very convincing. I found it to be very convincing.
Agreed.
I also believe in mediumship. I know a great guy whom I've been friends with for about 20 years. He's awesome. He's also a good friend of Damian Sandow, of all people, and he's just incredible. And I would say in the future, he's a wrestling fan as well, and he might make a great guest to do actual readings for people if they were interested in it. So if you're at all ever interested, I can hook you up. He's
No,
incredible.
absolutely. I'll be contacting you on that.
Wild.
Yeah.
Phil, let me ask you this: being a lifelong wrestling fan, how does it feel? Because you're on the inside now. I see you talking to these guys all the time, and you broke bread with them numerous amounts. What's that like for you?
It's a thrill, okay, because these guys are larger than life. In fact, and people, especially people like the Berserker, John Nord, whom I do recommend you guys speak to sometime too.
Sure.
Got to dig a little deep with him. He's an interesting cat, but just very cool. I'm in awe, man. I'm in total awe when I'm with these guys. But they're just so down to earth and normal, and we don't always, like you guys, we don't always talk about wrestling. We talk about life. We talk about, politics. We talk about, current things. And I love to hear their perspective on things too, because we finally gotten to a point where the real world is crazier than the world of pro wrestling. So, I think being pro wrestling fans has kind of prepared us for this real world that we're in now. And, up is down, down is up. Yeah. The bad guys, or as they're portrayed as bad guys, are really the good guys, and the good guys they try to present to us are really the bad guys. So,
correct.
And I think we as wrestling fans, we love it. We're entertained by being worked, but the nice thing is we know when we're being worked. So I think we have an advantage over a lot of people, people who aren't fans of the business. I think we can discern a lot more. Yeah. And ultimately, they talk about politicking and pro wrestling. I see so much of pro wrestling in politics. It's just unbelievable. And,
he nailed it.
And the promoter is the bad guy, like usual.
Right. Of course.
Of
course. Well said, Phil.
Yeah.
Phil, we first met you, obviously, with the whole Boston wrestling connection. Losing Dan and that show, how has that affected you personally?
I'll tell you, man, Sunday nights, I always looked forward to going down to that studio, whether we were just sitting around doing a watch along, whether sitting in on interviews, just talking to Dan or Mr. Cena or Charlie Wilson or, any of the guys. I definitely missed that part. The funny thing is, about 3 months before Dan's death, I and Mr. Cena were talking about life after death and really discussing, our thoughts and talking about people who've had near-death experiences and things like that. And I guess I have a little comfort in knowing that Dan believed in something beyond this. And I know Mr. Cena does too. And there's a big hole there. But again, you guys, I think, have really picked the ball up in that sense. I know some of the fans who are part of the base there have jumped over to, or have actually been dual citizens with you guys and with us before. And so I think that's wonderful. So that's helped, I think, ease the blow a lot, just having you guys around, particularly because you're in the Northeast, which is great too. And you get so much attention from all over the country. It's amazing too. So, you guys, while you're regional, I think you got a nice global reach. And I think it's a testament to your personalities, your approach to interviewing, and just having that appeal to so many people. So, I look forward to it, man. And again, I'm thrilled. I've been looking forward to this for a few weeks now, or for however long it's been. So I got a new computer too. It's
nice. Phil, how uncomfortable was it for you when we were at war with Dan? I mean, you clearly love Dan, and we've come to love you. So this must have been kind of awkward, right?
Yeah. I'd say it was. Such is the business, though. I mean, the business is based on conflict, and we all derive some entertainment from conflict. I mean, we all like a little drama, definitely. And I always felt that there's room for more than one company to exist. Just like right now, we've got AEW, WWE. I don't think either are adversely affecting the other. I think it's great for the business, and I think in this world, it's the same thing too. And you got to have a little rivalry. I mean, that's the basis of everything. It's the yin, it's the yang, it's the, dueling poles here. And so it never bothered me at all. I mean, I'm a peacemaker, I think, by nature, and I don't like confrontation. And again, neutrality. I'm Switzerland, man, all the way, and that's what I tried to be, you know. And
The one thing I always thought about it too is it was done with on both sides with humor behind it. You know, I think the only time it might have gone overboard is when they put Tony's stepdaughter on. I thought that we were going a little too far with that.
That was a bit much.
But before that, I thought there was so much humor there, and it was funny. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
We turned the sunglasses at night into gold.
That's fun. Well, you guys get to sell some sunglasses. Great gimmicks. Yeah.
Absolutely. How was Mr. Cena? Can I ask how John?
I felt bad for Tony when you guys had Tony on, and he broke down, and I still think, and I bumped into him, I think last 4th of July, and I talked to him very briefly about it too, and I know he's still hurt by it, and sure. I don't know that he really even forgives Dan, and you know, and that's okay. That's okay. It got very personal with those guys, and I can totally understand Tony's end too, and in the end, I think Dan was very. I think he was. I think he was a little apologetic about it. So it might have been a little too late, but you know, Dan had a good heart ultimately, and well, it's keeping us talking right now. So you know, and I hope Tony's doing well. I haven't heard from him or seen him in a while, so I hope you guys have maybe had a word with him.
Have you spoken to Mr. Cena, Senior, recently?
I text him like Father's Day and holidays. We'll send a text or two back, you know. I saw him outside of an AEW show in Worcester last year, so we chatted for a few minutes there. And my friend Charlie bumped into him. Charlie, who worked with us at Boston Wrestling, bumped into him at Kowloon's, where I think Jake the Snake Roberts was doing believe it or not, a stand-up comedy show. So Charlie sometimes bumps into Mr. Cena too.
What was Jake doing?
By all accounts, he's doing well. In fact, when I saw him last, he had dropped a few pounds, so he was looking pretty good.
Okay, stand-up comedy. What was Jake doing? Just being himself, or?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't imagine that, huh? Jake, you know, in his promos, he wasn't one of these Gaga guys, one of these comedy guys. He was dead serious all the time. So yeah, that'd be an interesting thing to see.
I would
definitely
think so.
Phil, I got to tell you one thing about you is you keep yourself in great shape. When you were a younger guy, you were in great shape, and you still keep yourself in great shape. What are you doing to take care of yourself? Diet, exercise?
And, Mike, show the audience your pythons. I want to see the Phil pythons. Where are they? There we go. Look at this. This guy's huge. He's jacked.
He's a beast.
He's jacked. That's my leg right there.
Pythons, man.
How many?
Ready for AEW.
Wow.
I'm not big enough for WWE, but what do you do, Mike?
Dude, I'm not the same guy anymore, man.
What are you
Couple heart
about?
surgeries,
Come
a heart
on,
attack.
man.
I just, you know, I put on a lot of weight lately, so I got to get back on a diet.
He's big.
He's
big. But,
265, right?
Yeah, 265, 270. And when I went for my surgery, I was down to 230. And by the time I was back to work, I was like 212.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I, you know, within a short time, I put on a lot of weight. But, you know, I just got to watch it. But I'm not heavy lifting anymore. I'm just, you know, I'm just trying to survive, Phil. Trying to survive and
doing some heavy lifting and running, and I suggest you do some after every meal, man. Get out and walk, even if it's for 10 minutes. It's going to make an incredible effect on your blood glucose, on your blood sugar levels. You know, a 10-minute walk after a meal can do incredible things to stabilize blood sugar, to up your metabolism. You know, it's the little things that incrementally add up that keep you fit and healthy. So, you know, keep that in mind.
Without a doubt, brother. All right, Phil, we're going to move on to the next guest.
Thank you.
I got to tell you, you are one of the most intelligent people I've ever met.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that Jimmy and I got to meet you and consider you a friend. And you're just an incredible human being, man. And I want to say another thing about Phil that's important. And it's anytime people are in need, whether it was St. Jude or someone needed a donation, first guy that comes across, Phil. I mean, this is a guy that doesn't just talk the talk; he walks the walk. And you know, you're a pretty special human being, man. And I consider myself lucky that we met you and we're friends with you.
I love you guys very much. And someday, whenever I'm down in Long Island, I'll look you all up.
Please,
sounds
come
good,
down,
man.
Phil. I'd love to see you.
And Jimmy,
in person.
take it easy on the McDonald's, okay?
What?
I know you like McDonald's.
Yeah.
I was
I know
going to
you like
go to
McDonald's.
Burger King after this. What are you
Okay.
talking about? No onion rings? No onion rings. Get a
No
cup of
onion
water
rings.
instead of the soda.
Have the grilled chicken, have the water, have the spring
Grilled
water.
Why am I
absolutely.
going to Burger King then for grilled chicken? Defeats the whole
To have it
purpose.
your
Phil,
way.
you are the greatest, man. Thank you so
God
much.
I
bless
love
you,
you,
Phil.
Jimmy and Mike.
Thank
Peace.
you. Love you too, brother. Thank you.
He's awesome, man.
I love Phil. I've always loved Phil.
Is
I
our
always
next guest in?
loved his
She's in, right?
comments.
Yes, she's back on.
All right.
All right, who we got in? Who's our next guest?
Who do we got?
1 moment.
One Moment. Never heard of them. Who's One Moment? A moment in time.
All right, guys.
Who's our next guest?
Who do we got?
Abe?
As Abe spins the knobs.
Oh, sorry.
Microphone.
We have Cindy Mays.
What? Abe?
Cindy.
Abe?
What? Is there a problem?
Who?
All right. Put her on.
She's on. She's up there right now.
Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
All right.
Good.
Thank you for joining Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast.
Well, thank you for having me. It's good to hear from you guys.
You're welcome.
So what's going on,
Um,
Cindy? Do we say Cindy or Cindy? How do we pronounce that?
It is Cindy with an E.
Okay. Cindy with an E.
Very good.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us, Cindy with an E?
Oh,
Where'd she
sorry,
go?
Hold on. I think I accidentally lost it. Hold on 1 second.
You lost her. You lost her.
We lost it?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. That was my fault. I'm gonna send her a link right now. Hold on.
All right. How about them SummerSlam results? You know?
Well,
Fill in that air.
how about
Yeah, no problem, man.
Have you seen Sunny lately?
Something happened with her appeal? Or court case or whatever her deal
yeah.
is? What's going on?
Well, it wasn't just that. It was
What?
like
What'd she do
she's
now?
unrecognizable.
What does she look like?
She looks like
Foggy instead of sunny?
no, not foggy.
Cloudy?
She looks
Shitty?
Like, no. She looks like
I'm running out
she
of
looks like
E's.
Saturn.
She looks like Perry Saturn?
No,
The
Saturn, the planet,
The planets? She's got rings around her face.
or Uranus. Which is the biggest planet?
Watch
in
out for
solar-
watch out for the Klingons around Uranus.
What is the biggest planet in the world,
Jupiter.
in the universe?
Jupiter.
She looks like Jupiter.
She's that big.
She's looking big, boy.
Well, then they're serving her a lot of good food in jail. Wait a minute, that's our tax dollars at work. You have some nerve getting Sonny all fat. What is that all about? What happened in there? Well, she's clearly not exercising in there. The cell is small. What do you expect her to do? Run around in circles? Like Curly. Whoop, 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 I'm Sonny. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I guess the question
No,
is,
we
buddy,
did fill
is
some
like,
time here. Go ahead.
The question is, this at one point was the hottest woman on the planet.
So basically, she's ready for the spirit box, is what you're saying. One more taco when it's
you
over.
in the spirit box.
What? I thought I was making sense.
You in the spirit box.
Yeah.
How we do with that guest?
I sent her another link. I don't know. It's the little.
Look at Abe. He's got his hands going like Joe Besser from,
All right,
the,
hold
from
on.
the
I just
Stooges.
wanna- Shit.
Unbelievable. All I know is that my boy Nakamura has got himself a title shot. That's all I know. She's
All right.
back? Okay.
There she
That's
is.
more like it.
Let's try it again.
She's back, and it's Cindy with an E.
Cindy with an E.
That's right.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, but we're back. So, Cindy.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
All right,
Good.
how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
So, what's going on? Talk to us.
Got a question. How do you feel about a wrestler who leaves a 19-year marriage, has an affair with the babysitter for 6 years, and then the babysitter also catches him with the current female that he's with?
Well, that sounds like any wrestler that we may know.
I hate to sound like realistic, but that does.
Well, who are you talking about?
Andrew Anderson.
Oh, our friend Andrew. All right. I'm sorry, I was
Yeah.
not prepared for this. Okay, what's going on?
Okay, I met him back a couple of years ago. Ended up having a little boy with him who he is not seen, doesn't care to contact with. He played me for a fool, which was fine. I didn't want anything to do with him. He told me that him and his wife was not together, and they were. He said that they was only married on paper. But the long story of it is he has used so many people and done such damage to his children that it's unbelievable. His daughters, he has mentally destroyed. Luckily, my son, he will never get a chance to ever ruin his life. He negatively talked about his stepson in a very negative way, and he is a special needs handicapped child. His oldest daughter kept his secrets. She tried to tell his wife. Therefore, he told his wife that his oldest daughter was lying because she was trying to break them up. So then his oldest daughter wasn't allowed at the house to see her sister. And come to find out that his oldest daughter had been telling the truth all along. They are resolving their issue now. But the thing that I've got an issue with is he is with a woman who is a family marriage therapist, and she is standing behind him, not supporting his children, contacting his children, or anything. My little boy just turned a year old. He has not been in contact. The last contact I had with him was back when I found out he was with Karen, and he was calling me while they were in the Maldives, and then also in the process of telling me that he was miserable in PA, that he was living with his cousin, but he was living with her. And he was also telling his wife that he was working in a dispensary as a security. So he was telling all these lies, and then the babysitter caught him with Karen, and they were supposed to be looking for an apartment. They talked about getting an apartment in March, and talked about getting and going and looking for an apartment in April.
All right, so Cindy, if I can interrupt you here. So, again, I don't want to really use names here because I don't really know a lot of these people, but so we've known Andrew a long time. We've been pretty close to Andrew for a very long time.
Yes,
But
we have.
here I am asking you this question. You met him, you liked him. I imagine you guys had some kind of romantic relationship.
Yeah, he played me for a fool, and it's not anything to do with about wanting to get him back. I would not piss on him if he was on the side of the road on fire.
So,
I mean,
so
just point
is
blank.
it the
My
fact?
issue,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
my issue is he is not supporting his kids. He took $3,200 from me while I was going through cancer treatment for throat cancer. He took probably close to $100,000 from the babysitter. We were all paying his bills. His wife works 3 jobs, and he has never worked a day in his life. This woman that he is with, when he first got with her, all he could tell everybody was, oh, she's got a house in Costa Rica. She's got a house in Costa Rica. But then after that, he went back before he completely moved out of his house and asked his wife if he could come back 2 or 3 times. And she was like, no. My problem is he has taken money from all of us, and there's going to be other females that he's going to do the same, he's going to play the same game with. Right now, he's love bombing Karen and making her think, oh, she's his only one and everything. That's because he's stuck. He was trying to make his way to North Carolina to be with me before this all blew up.
But is the issue is that he allegedly took money from everybody, or is the issue that everybody feels upset because he had an affair or whatever and left and moved on to somebody else? I'm trying to understand what the point of anger here is. There's numerous points here.
Okay, one point is the non-supporting ways of him not taking care of his children, and this woman, and she's supposed to be a family and marriage counselor, is standing behind him and supporting him in his non-supportive ways of his children. That's one issue that we
Well,
have.
that if I interrupt, that's her choice, though, right? She's choosing to do that. That doesn't make her a bad person. That's what she's choosing to do,
No,
correct?
no, I understand that, but with her being a family and a marriage therapist, you would think she would say, hey, these are your children, you need to support them. But then again, he could be telling her that he is sending us all money and he doesn't have any, when in fact he's not sent me nor his wife a dime since May the 11th, and he sent both of us $200, and that was on May the 11th.
Cindy,
that's
can I ask
not
this
even for the-
respectfully? I'm sorry, Cindy. Has there been a paternity test by any chance if I may ask?
No, there has not, but he has been told he could have one any time he wishes and desires. And I have text messages where he is asking me, when he was making a scene in front of Karen, when I told him that his daughter was coming to meet their baby brother, he was like, well, I want to meet my son too. I want to see my son. Don't keep my son from me. So he knew from the get-go when I first found out, and he knew that it was his, and he's telling people that it's not, well, he's not telling people, he's telling her that it's not his, and saying that I will not give him a paternity test, but he can have a paternity test any day that he wants to, but he will pay for it. I will not.
All right, so Cindy, what do you want to accomplish with what you're saying here? I mean, what's the end goal here?
The end goal is to make people aware of the real person that Andrew Anderson is. He is a narcissistic, womanizing, self-loathing person. He will use any female that he comes across, and he makes himself out to be the victim, when in fact the victims are any females that he comes across. And also these promoters who promote him with these special Olympics matches and stuff, but yet he has negatively called his stepson bad names, derogatory names that I will not even put myself down to that point, but people can imagine. And he puts his children down. He has said something about his older daughter. He has said something about his middle daughter. He even told me that my little boy was fat, that I needed to stop feeding him so much. And he wasn't even a year old then. That's when he was actually staying in touch and getting pictures and stuff.
This is all allegedly, right? Again, we have a personal relationship with Andrew, and I certainly understand your feelings, and I hope if your son is Andrew, that Andrew would step up and, take the paternity test. I haven't spoken to Andrew in a while, so I really can't answer that. Cindy, we're only wishing the best for you, and if there's anything we could do to help you, we're certainly here for you. I wish this didn't happen. It saddens me to hear this, but I really don't know what else to say, Pharaoh.
People need to really be aware of the true person that Andrew Anderson is. He's not the person that he makes himself out to be. He is always the victim in anything and everything that he has said and done. He's always the victim, and there's always something or someone who has hurt him. He is a very good actor. He portrays a very good, oh, poor me person.
Pharaoh?
Well, I mean, Cindy, I thank you for. I am curious though. What made you seek us out to say this? But I can clearly respect your feelings. It seems to me you're being very genuine. But as also, to be respectful, knowing Andrew as long as we've known him, I feel like I really should talk to him before I say anything publicly about what my feelings are. I feel like I owe him that much to talk to him personally and see how he feels about this. But I do respect your opinion, and I can clearly tell that you are hurting. So
Right.
that's all I can
the
really
whole thing
say.
is we want him to stand up, take care of his children. Um, he just doesn't. You can't even begin to fathom the tears and the tearing down that he has done with his two older children. That's why I'm saying, thank God, he'll never get his hands and be able to do to my son what he's placed on his two oldest kids.
We appreciate that, Cindy. We're doing a show, Ask Monte the Pharaoh Anything. We're going to move on to our next guest, and we thank you for joining the show tonight.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, bye-bye. Abe, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Dude, you should have known better. What are you doing?
What do you mean? I didn't realize. I thought that was
Next guest.
Okay. Sorry.
What the fuck?
Is she on?
Yes, she's on. I'm cutting to her right now.
Wait a minute. No, you did not.
And there
You did not.
she
Oh,
is. Miss
I'm here.
America.
Am I blushing yet?
I'm
What are you
here.
The
doing?
great Karen McDaniel.
Oh,
I'm
How
here.
are you?
hi there.
I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good, thank you.
You look very lovely tonight, Karen. How are you, hon?
Thank you. I'm doing very well, thank you.
I'm very nervous
So
right
how
now.
are
You're,
you guys?
you're a jerk, Mike.
How
Anyway,
are we? We're doing Ask Monte the Pharaoh Anything, and we got hit with a guest that we weren't expecting. And it wasn't.
Yes,
didn't
you
know-
were. Don't lie.
There you go.
Oh my God!
Thank you,
Stooged
Karen.
on you, brother. I
Honest
stooged
as
on
always. That's what I love
Are you
about her.
trying to say that Monty is a liar? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he did just then.
Yep. Yes. The answer
Wow.
is yes. You dog. Why'd you do this?
And
Abe did
I've
it.
had to keep quiet. I've had to keep quiet.
Oh yeah. That was a comfortable
Yeah,
previous
I
call.
can keep a secret,
Yeah, that's without a
So
doubt.
surprise.
There you go.
Surprise. God,
So-
she's so beautiful. Anyway,
Listen, Karen,
smitten.
Yes.
the family out there, it's been revealed that Jimmy is coming to see you, and you guys are gonna get to hang out a little bit. Do you want to share with the fans like what Jimmy Pharaoh is like in real life?
She's shooting on me. What is this? Oh,
What are you talking about? What,
Go
what
ahead.
you should know he's hot.
there we go.
Wow.
There we go.
There you go.
She's
my
hot.
God.
Look at her.
I just want to know if he packed enough sunscreen.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
That's my
more.
question. Did you pack enough sunscreen?
I'm gonna need a lot more. I'm sure.
Are you gonna make him
Wait
get
a minute,
a?
we're
are you
going
gonna-
outside?
Are you gonna make him get a haircut when he's down there?
Set him straight.
No.
Set him straight.
There's nobody in my family has short hair.
There you go. I fit right in over there. That's
Now,
right.
You
Karen-
fit right in perfect.
There is a
Thank you.
bone of contention between you and me, and you feel that I'm kind of mean to Jimmy.
Kind of.
Do you feel that's still the case?
An understatement.
Well, you kind of put him on the spot, but I think he can take it.
Did just now. Yeah, I can tell. Of course, I can take it. I've been used to him for decades. I can take more than the average bear. That's right.
Now, I hope while you're
think
down
you
there, you're
can
going to
take
take some pictures and post them on Facebook. At least I can see what's going on.
What?
Watch
Yes,
after my
I
boy,
will.
right?
I'm going to take him out to our beautiful state park.
Oh, I can't
I'm going
wait.
to take him over to 30A, some really beautiful area over there. I'm going to make sure he gets around.
All right,
Excellent.
good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Are
we're
you
going to
gonna
take him
spend-
shark fishing. We're going to take him shark fishing one
Nice.
night.
Fishing.
Will there be
Yeah,
a
I already
chance?
told. Hey, listen, I already set it up. I told Zach, look, this guy, I like him. You'll like him. He's coming down here. And, well, I'll just go ahead and tell you this little story. When Zach was a teenager. Storm was little, but he coached him too. Zach said, "I'll show you how to get rid of those motherfuckers. I can get rid of them."
If I
And
show up.
if someone came to pick
God.
me up for a date, Zach one time was throwing furniture around in the yard, and the man said, "It looks like you got a lot going on here, ma'am. I'll talk to you
Oh
later."
boy.
So I told him, Zach said, "Am I going to need to throw some furniture around?" I said, "No,
Oh.
you better not on this one."
Well, do you think Zach could possibly feed Jimmy to the sharks? Is that
That
in the realm of
Now,
possibility?
hold on a second.
No, we're not going to let that happen. We're not
Oh,
going to let
come
that
on now.
happen.
I'm not much
When
of a meal
Storm came
anyway.
up, when Zach left the house and Storm came up, he told him, he said, I'll show you how to run those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
So
how
I think it was a challenge, but they're grown men now. So, I think they'd be happy if somebody else was around for mom. You know what I mean?
Cameron, not to make myself more nervous, but of course, Zach being Wahoo's son, how tall and how big is Zach nowadays?
Zach's Zach's 6'1". Storm was 6'3"
Taller
at
than me.
17. Zach's 6'1" and about 220, 230. He's right in that
Six
range.
one two. He's going to feed me to the sharks. That's
No,
what's
he's
gonna
not.
happen. He's not.
No,
I'm
I
not
won't
much
let
of a
him.
meal. I'm telling you.
You're going to be
I won't
fish
let him.
food.
He should feed you to the shark. The shark wouldn't eat for weeks. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't. That's hurtful.
Yeah, that was a little mean.
Karen, that was a hurtful comment he
you
just
know,
said to me, and you're not even defending me.
For one mean for
He
me,
called
I
me
get
fat.
10 from him. So it's like, you know.
Who? I didn't call you fat.
No, I
he
did.
did.
Oh.
No, I didn't call you fat. I just said you'd be a
No.
healthy meal for a shark. What's
What kind
the problem?
of what kind of wine are you drinking there, Karen?
Not the good fucking wine you were supposed to send.
Yeah, that's right. Where's my wine? Now that
Where
you
is it?
remind me, thank you.
It's
Jimmy.
coming. I've been very busy. I was going to send it
Okay.
down with your pal here, but
I would have drank it before I get there. That's not a good idea.
Probably so.
Yeah, probably. Definitively.
I will tell you, I am very, very excited for you guys hanging out with each other.
Can't
I shared with many people when we first met you, or I first met you. You're certainly a really special human being, and at this.
Well, you can't blame anybody but yourself. You're the one who set it up.
Yeah, I know. Well, but like I said, this is my boy right here, so it's like I feel good. I feel
He
good.
might be my boy. What you talking about?
Oh, wow.
What? Nice.
Wow.
I'm ready to get on the plane right now. I'll see you later, Mike. Good night, everybody. Later.
By the way, Karen, at the beginning of the show, I was informing Jimmy now that plane casualties have
you-
risen by
did you-
32%.
Did you see what he did? He showed a picture of a plane exploding. This guy's
No, I
an a-hole.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Don't scare him to death.
It's too late.
See, that's what I mean.
did it.
You pick on him. I've got to protect him.
Listen, only
safe with
98%
her.
of people that get on planes die. He's got a 2% chance.
You're a jerk.
There you go. Okay.
I love you anyway, but you're a jerk.
Okay.
It's just unbelievable. I'm still going on that damn plane. I don't care what the
You
odds
better
are.
believe he is.
Gotta risk it to get the
great.
biscuit. That's
Hey,
it.
Monty, he ain't stupid.
No,
That's one thing I got to say. He
Nope.
ain't stupid.
Hell no. Nope.
Unbelievable.
I can't wait.
Oh,
I
we're
cannot
gonna have a
wait.
good time.
We are.
We'll have a
Just
good time.
please take a lot of pictures. I'm going to post them all over, our pages
Okay.
and stuff. If you're okay with that. by
God,
the way.
Mike, do you see what's happening here? My hands are sweating
I'm
at the
okay
mere
with
sight.
that.
This is
All right,
terrible.
just as long as you're okay with it. So
Yeah.
we're towards the end of the show. I got one more guest. I want to thank you for the surprise visit. You're fantastic. I'm so glad that
Can't believe this.
you guys are going to spend some time in Florida. I'm excited.
I'm losing my mind.
I'm
I can't
excited. Hey, I have a toast.
Go ahead.
toast?
I have a toast to my Jimmy.
Oh, my Jimmy.
May the best of your past be the worst of your future, my friend.
wait. There you go. There you
Amen.
go. Oh my Lord.
Karen McDaniel.
See
Love you.
See
We'll
you
talk to you soon.
honey.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Do we have a last guest
Dude,
on?
my hands are sweating. You're
I
unbelievable.
started trying to join. I'm not sure if he's in.
Who's that? One to
Try
go?
talking.
One to go, guys.
One to go.
The great Karen McDaniel.
Don't
Jimmy?
put up the plane.
No, wrong
What are you
one.
doing? I see a picture of the effing plane again. All right, first of all, this
Irrelevant.
better not be who. Don't you dare.
They got it.
Don't you
Got it, they're
dare.
in.
She said she
I'm
got
not
it.
speaking to
There
any.
she is.
I'm not speaking to any estranged family. We're not doing this.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
I don't think I am. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
You did it.
long-awaited, not return, but appearance of Jimmy Farrow's long-lost sister.
You're a jerk, man.
Jenny
Why are you doing
Farrow
this? What are
from
you doing
California. Jenny, how are you, baby? Jenny, are you there?
What do you know? She's got nothing to say,
Her
just like the
camera's
last
supposed
10
to be
years.
off, right?
What?
Her camera's supposed to be off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is the camera off?
I don't know. I have her audio on. I'm not hearing
You know,
anything.
Abe, you're really messing with me tonight. What are you doing?
Can you hear the audio?
No, I can't hear anything. I'm not seeing
Good.
any levels either.
It sounds like she's got nothing to
I
say.
saw- I
just
saw
like
her
she's
try
had
to
nothing
join.
to say for
What?
the last 10
I
years.
saw her try to join. I saw something pop up and then go away.
Don't call her. Don't help
I'm
her.
not calling her.
There's family history here, and I'm not interested in getting involved in it. So good.
Oh,
So you got
here we
nothing
go.
to
Here we
say.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, maybe
All
I
right.
am. Maybe I should be nice.
Guess who's here? It's
The-
your sister Jenny.
Hey, Jenny! Jenny from the
Hi,
block.
Jimmy.
Hi.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, sis. How are you? How's
So I
things?
want to know why you haven't returned my calls. It's been 20 years. I've been calling you and writing you, and you blocked me on Facebook.
What were you calling? 1-800-Flowers? I mean, what number were you dialing? I'm like that hard to find? This idiot puts my number on the Facebook page. I'm easy enough to find.
Dude, show some
I had
respect
to
to your
call the
sister,
show
will you?
to
I
get
do
to
show
talk to you.
respect to my sister. I haven't thrown a single F-bomb.
Well, converse. I don't want to interrupt.
All right, Jenny, I'm really sorry that there's been like this giant cavern between us. You found me now. How are you?
I'm good, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm fine. What have you been up to? You know what I've been up to. I'm on TV every week. What have you been up to?
Well, I sent you those box of chocolates, and you
Box
never
of
said
chocolates?
thank you. You never wrote me back. You never
What?
answered my phone calls.
Why would I?
Aunt Judy is really upset with you.
Who?
The whole family is distraught.
Aunt Julie?
It's been 20
Julie
years.
Farrow's upset with me? Well, why does everybody in our family start with a J? Did you ever wonder about that? I mean, Uncle John is mad. I mean, this is.
John, Judy, Jimmy, they're all mad.
I mean, even our Spanish cousins, Javi with a J, he's mad. I'm so confused. So what can we do to make this
You can get
better?
on a plane and go see Karen, but you can't get on a plane and go see your own sister.
Well, you don't look like Karen. And you're my sister. Why would I run to see my sister when I can go see Karen?
It's a good point,
You
Jim.
know
Well,
what,
you
though?
don't
That's
call
not
me,
right.
we don't
That's not
talk.
right. You're right. You're right, Jenny. I'm a jerk. Hey!
Do you-
Jerk starts with a
Do you
J.
think that the listeners should know the big family secret?
What's that? That we're all adopted and we were made in a lab? What are we talking here? What's the big family secret, Jenny? Let me in on it. Everyone knows I'm an asshole, so you're going to have to do better than that. What do we got?
I'm not going to say it live. We'll wait till I come on the show and then I'll say it.
You're coming on the show?
Of course.
There's not enough room in this room for the egos. What are you talking about? I can
Well-
barely fit through the door on my own.
Well, since you don't get on a plane to come see me,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to get on a plane and come
getting nervous.
see you.
Now it's not funny anymore. It's just not
I'm
funny.
coming to New York, baby, so get ready.
My sister sounds famous, by the way.
Well, Jenny, I want to thank you for joining us, and we will be seeing you shortly live in studio.
Oh, and Jenny.
on Long
See you
Island.
soon, brother.
Jenny,
Love
just
you.
one thing, though.
Hugs and
Don't be
kisses.
surprised if I bring Karen with me. Looking forward.
I'm packing my bags. I'm on my way. See you
Why are you
soon, brother.
laughing so much? What's so funny over there, mister? I screwed up all night.
The great Jenny Farrow.
I'm
Thank you for
clapping.
joining
All right,
us.
I'll clap.
See you
Wow, that was
Wow,
my sister.
that was your
What
sister.
the hell, dude? How
Dude.
did you find her?
I told you she's
They
been reaching
tried
out.
to export her out of the country. How did you find her? That's unbelievable.
I got to tell you, Abe, do you think
That is unbelievable.
Do you think when Jenny's in studio may be our most watched episode?
This is ridiculous?
I think if we build it up enough, I think we need to find out that family secret.
What is the family secret?
Now that
Jenny?
Abe's guaranteed that he's getting a sock from the Pharaoh in the mug, I mean, like, Abe, do you realize what you're playing with here? I'm bipolar and unmedicated. You're getting me angry. I mean, it's like, what's happening? You already know what happens when I get angry.
I
You
know.
laugh at me.
Don't get
And then you
don't
go,
get Hulk mad. I get
yeah,
it. I
then
get
you're
it.
like, all right, he's out of his mind.
So
Why are you doing this? Were you bored or something? I mean, was there no documentaries on that week when you decided to do this?
this is a documentary in itself.
This is a document. Does Dark Side know about this? Because this
This has been one crazy show, dude.
Yeah, have
Starts
you-
off with Phil, who's this incredible guy.
Yeah.
Then we get our boy Andrew gets ripped to shreds.
That was a great job there,
Thanks, Abe.
Mr. Producer.
Thanks for that one.
That was great. Thanks for making me feel totally
then-
uncomfortable.
Then we have Miss
We had
McDaniel
the
in
greatest
here.
woman ever born. Yes, okay.
You're going to Florida,
I cannot wait.
and ended with your sister.
Yeah, I was all the way up here, and you're like, "Hey, it's your sister!" Boo.
Your sister's
I'm bringing
coming,
Karen.
man.
Karen's going to protect me. I'm not dealing with this.
Dude, I got to tell you,
What?
if you're not watching our show every week, you don't know what's gonna happen.
This is not exactly a boring
The
program.
Jenny Pharaoh come in the
This is
studio. Unbelievable.
This is insane. She sounds like she's really famous, though.
Could be.
I'm wondering about this one
Your,
now.
your sister's famous?
She
Are
might-
you trying to say it's
she
someone
might
acting
be.
as your sister? Is that
No,
what
it's
you're
not someone
thinking?
acting as my sister, but I don't underestimate the powers of my sister. So who
She
knows
could be
what
like under some pseudo name.
She could be. I mean, do you really think?
Maybe it's Miley-
do you really
Miley
think it
Cyrus.
says Pharaoh on
Maybe-
my birth certificate? I mean, what the hell are we talking here? Of course, she's probably under a pseudo name. Pseudo. I never understood the spelling on that. Why does it start with a P anyway? Oh God, this is unbelievable. What is my cousin Javi going to think? Javi with a J.
I think there'll be problems.
This is bad. It's been.
Wait a minute.
What?
Matthew Holland says Jimmy banged Jenny. That's not
listen,
right.
Matt.
That's not right.
Listen, Matt.
That's not right. That ain't right.
Matt,
that's not
it's
right.
bad enough that I remember you for telling me what day I'm going to die on. And by the way, Matt, you're wrong because you saw the exploding plane. That's tomorrow, Nostradamus. So if that happens, it's been nice knowing you, Matt.
All right,
but
got
no,
it.
I didn't mess around with my sister, you sick puppy.
RJ Hudson goes, Matthew, what? Yeah,
Right. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, Matt. Hey, show the audience again. Folks, I just want to tell you one thing, and I agree with what Mantor says. You only die once, but you get to live every day.
Okay. On a serious note,
I mean, why are you showing this?
I want to thank you.
Wait a minute, what's my plane? Jet Blue with a J? I mean, oh boy, this is awful.
I will say
we
this.
shouldn't kid
Jenny
about
was
this.
right, though. You're flying to Florida, and you don't even go see your sister in California. Bro.
Well, I have priorities, and Karen is priority number 1, 1A, and 1B.
Wow.
So there.
With that,
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for joining us on a wonderful
Especially
Thursday.
Karen.
Next week, we will have the
Who are we having?
Spirit Box. You think you'll be back in time for
I
the
think
Spirit
I'll
Box?
be part of the Spirit Box. You'll be asking me questions.
No, seriously.
Because that plane
Do you
doesn't
think you'll
look
be
so...
back? That's going to be tough.
I'm shooting for it. Dude, we scheduled, Karen and I scheduled this all around.
All right, perfect. All right,
Getting to
good.
the show, getting on the airplane, coming back.
So
getting to the
we had
show.
some ups and downs today. You had great Karen McDaniel, and then you
Yes.
had the realization that your sister's back in your life.
You've been watching Monte the Pharaoh, and until next week, you're a jerk. Starts with a J. Later. See you, Karen. Coming.